Hello. Welcome to November, the Power of No. I'm Carol Cool, and this is our 10th, no, our 8th broadcast. Um, we are, but it's the 11th, it's November 10th broadcast of the Power of No. And today we're going to talk a little bit about maybe you need to say no to being a Hobby Lobby hostage. We're going to talk decorations, particularly Christmas, for a few minutes. Now, who the viewers are, so it would be really helpful if you would put your name and say hello in the comments or just, whatever, so that I know you're there. That would be wonderful. Um, so, yes, we're going to talk about decorating. Now, what I need you to think about first is, are you the kind of person who typically decorate your house for every single holiday? Like you have all those cute knickknacks and signs and yard decor. Do you have a permanent parking place at Hobby Lobby? Or are you more like me? I mean, I'm thrilled if I can get the Christmas tree up before Christmas Eve. And like the heck with the rest of the holidays. It never even occurs to me to do any kind of decorating for the rest of the holidays. If you're the first type of person, the decorating and doing it up for every holiday, maybe this broadcast is really for you. So, what I want you to think about is a few questions. And that the first one is, what are your expectations for how your home is going to look? We've talked about unrealistic expectations already in the broadcast. And so I just want you to think about, what are your expectations? For instance, can the kids decorate your Christmas tree, including with those interesting ornaments they made in preschool? And you're okay with that and you'll leave it that way? Or do you need to come up behind them and pretty it up a bit, or those ornaments maybe are totally relegated to some hidden spot for when they get married, and then you can gift them back to them? Will you stress yourself out, or your spouse or your kids trying to win that holiday decorating contest in the neighborhood, or in the drive-by thing in the newspaper? Or is that something maybe you could let go this year so that you can have a little more joy and peace and love in your home this year? And here's another one that always gets to me. Let's talk themed napkins. Okay, I know they're pretty. Those napkins that have the little prints for Thanksgiving on them, turkeys or whatever. Um, But come on, you got to admit, every single one I have ever tried is hard. Like you don't even want to wipe your face with it. So, what is the point of having napkins that are unusable as napkins? Nothing ever comes off on them, they just like scratch your skin. So, maybe that's something you can choose to let go of this year for Thanksgiving or for Christmas or for that holiday cocktail party or whatever else you have for the holidays. And then I want you to think about, what are the decorating expectations that aren't healthy for you? Do you do it because you're comparing yourself to a friend or to a neighbor? That you just have to be that person and you have to beat them out on how great your house looks compared to theirs? I mean, do you stress yourself or your family out when people come for a meal around the holidays because everything has to be perfect because of how you feel it reflects on you personally? What is it that's causing you to decide to decorate or to clean up and everything the way you do? Think about if it's an unhealthy game of comparison. Or maybe for you, the holiday thing you need, decorating thing you need to think about saying no to is what it's costing you in spending. We're going to talk about spending in a future Facebook Live, but are you overdoing it to the point of going into debt just so you can be perfect or look perfect or have that dream holiday decorative look that you think you have to have for some reason? And then what kind of pressure are you putting on your family with things like we must go into the woods to cut our Christmas tree, and then it must magically fit in the exact space we want it to, with the right height and the perfect shape to it. It's fine if that's your holiday tradition to go out and in the cold and chop down a Christmas tree. Go for it. But you have to also recognize that doing so may mean you're well, and even buying one off a lot, quite honestly, you're never going to get the absolute perfect tree, because for one thing, it doesn't really exist. So don't drive everybody crazy with it. Don't stress everyone out. Just enjoy the process. So as you think about your expectations, just remember that no matter what, you are spending your three most valuable resources: your time, your energy, and your money. And is the kind of decorating you're insisting on doing for the holidays, and hey, I know some of you have started already, and I'm all for that. Start whenever you want. If it brings joy to you, go for it. But is that use of your time, your money, and your energy, is it bringing the return that you wanted to do? Is it worth the expense of those three things that you're putting into it? And if not, maybe it's time to think about where you need to say no to a few of those habits, a few of those desires, in order to be able to use that time, that money, or that energy on something that will bring meaningful, memory making activities into your Christmas holiday times. Hey, have a great week, and we'll talk tomorrow.